But the core gameplay isn't all that's here, because you get minigames that are quite fun too. The permission upgrade minigame is especially fun with how you need to plan your route and execute it while the arrow is moving. Suck it, Inner Sloth, get your game up. Suck it, Inner Sloth, get your...
Goo goo gaga. I'm a baby. Wah, wah. I want milky milk. I'm 3 years old. Can I please touch your baggy waggies?
Dude, low-key, I'm seething right now. This guy is out here like, oh yeah, this shitty FNAF game has these really cool mini-games. What mini-games, you may ask? How about this one where you watch an arrow move and then change its position to where the zeros are? Doesn't that look fun? Doesn't this minigame look fun? Isn't it creative? Like, wow, yeah, I'm gonna sit here and stare at this fucking arrow and press a button to determine where the arrow goes. Sounds great. Sounds wonderful even. Now, what irks me about this the most is that this is coming from the same guy that was shitting on Among Us for its minigames because he thought they were the main focus of the game. This is the same guy that didn't understand that Among Us was a social deduction game and that the minigames were like a side objective. Also, he also didn't understand that the reason why Among Us has adjustable settings for the lobby is because it's a party game where you adjust the settings to either get everyone comfortable or just go batshit insane with the settings for the fun of it. Roadbreach would be the type of guy to say Mario Party is bad because everything is random. Like, you all remember everything he said about the minigames in Among Us, right?
Playing a game where you walk around playing the same shallow selection of minigames ad infinitum in one of the worst years in recorded history sounds like adding insult to injury. People regurgitate the same talking point when I say walking around playing the same tiny selection of minigames ad nauseum isn't fun.
It's a social deduction game.
And you agree these settings are terrible. Okay then why the fuck are you able to change them in the first place? Running faster in this game isn't fun because of the claustrophobic level design, and a kill cooldown of longer than 30 to 40 seconds is too long. If the default settings were fine as they were, then why are they adjustable? No, don't have this feature in the first place. People want to drill it into my head that this is a social deduction game and not an action game. Then why does the game have features that make the experience worse? Slamming your face into a wall isn't fun. Yeah, maybe because the same shit minigames over and over again, some of which I could find in a paper activity book, wasn't worth the minuscule chance that I could possibly get the imposter role. If 90% of the time I try this game is just tedious busy work, then I'm not going to be encouraged to keep slogging through it for that tiny possibility that I may get to do the one fun thing that this game has in it. Maybe if the minigames were better, then I might be inclined to do that. You can tell me it's a murder mystery all you want, but it doesn't change the fact that most of the game is spent on unimpressive minigames that I need to convince myself to slog through to play the only good part of the game.
This guy was hinging on the minigames of Among Us so badly that he thought they were the actual main focus of the game, even though it's not. And he criticized them for being so incredibly basic, even though the whole point of the minigames in Among Us is to be quick and make sure that the imposter loses, because the imposter needs to kill somebody or else they lose. Now, he's coming back out of the woodworks almost a year later, talking about this fuck-ass FNAF game, Secret of the Mimic, praising the minigames that it has, because it's literally not Among Us. The minigames in this game literally look basic and easy and unfun. It's literally hypocritical of him to even be doing this in the first place. How can you praise a game for having basic ass minigames but shit on another game for having them as well? You are literally being a hypocrite. Not only that, but it's also emotionally stunted. You know for a fact that it is. Because he's done this like 5 times before. He made an entire response video on me because I shat on his old Among Us review. Then for like half of the video, he just went on tirades about how the minigames are shit. I could probably apply everything he said about Among Us minigames to the minigames in Secret of the Mimic, because they also look pretty basic and uninspiring. Like, literally one of the minigames in Secret of the Mimic is just you throwing a ball at a clown's teeth like you're at a circus. Like, that doesn't look creative or inspiring at all. Look, man, I don't even care about the minigames that much. I just want to point out how Roadbreach is just being a hypocritical man-child in this video. And this is just some random video where he talks about various video games that came out this year. That's fine and all, but when you're out here just like, yeah, fuck Inner Sloth, that just further proves my notion about you that you will literally take any opportunity you can get to just attack Among Us for absolutely no reason, unprovoked. I guarantee you, if someone came out with a review on Secret of the Mimic and called it a bad game because of the minigames, you'd be out here like, nuh-uh, you're stupid. Here's why it doesn't suck. Literally a hypocrite, dude. That's all I wanted to say. This guy's an idiot. He needs to disappear for another 8 months or longer.